Hello, this is Eric, and this is my first attempt at recording one of these vinyl collector videos. These aren't recent purchases. It's been a little while since I've been to a store where I've picked anything up, but I wanted to highlight some records that I have yet to see anybody in the vinyl community talk about. So, we're going to start with Drivin'n'Cryin's Mystery Road from 1989. This is probably their best record. If you want to check out this band, they had a couple hits around 1990. This is a really solid place to start. You get a good idea of what they do as far as hard rock, punk, folk, country, and all those kinds of sounds. It's a great record, highly recommended. And I got this vinyl copy at a local place here in Michigan. You can see here there's a cutout there. I suspect what happened was during the late 80s and into the 90s, a lot of bands had been signed to contracts that included vinyl as part of the contract. And as vinyl declined, record companies found that they had to do the vinyl, so they do a limited run. They put it out. They maybe use it for promo, maybe sell a couple to the hardcore fans, and the rest would go to the cutout market. The next record is another Drivin'n'Cryin record. These guys were great, are great. Southern rock, coming from a punk folk background, out of Atlanta. This is from the 2000s. This is Whatever Happened to the Great American Bubble Factory. This is really an album about America's manufacturing and Midwest in decline. The lead singer and songwriter, Kevn Kinney, who we'll talk about in a few minutes, he was in Detroit visiting people, and he started thinking about what's going on. He's originally from Milwaukee, so he grew up in a world of guys working in the factory. So the next thing I've got is the latest piece of Drivin'n'Cryin vinyl, which I haven't even opened yet. It's called Songs for the Turntable. And the reason I haven't opened it is because I actually have the CD. The last things the band issued was a series of EPs with different themes, and they were all songs for. This one was Songs for the Turntable, so obviously they put it out as a 10-inch. All right. Anybody seen Ghost World? Well, the guy that did the comic Ghost World's based on is Daniel Clowes. And he did the cover art for this early Kevn Kinney demo album with Frank French. This is stuff they did right before Drivin'n'Cryin. Solid stuff. I haven't listened to it in quite a long time. There's maybe one or two really great tracks on here. But if you see this in a discount bin or reasonably priced, snatch it up. I think I had to pay like $30 for this back in the early days of internet buying and selling of records. And then finally we have Mcdougal Blues, which is Kevn Kinney's first solo record. The story is that the president of Island Records wanted Drivin'n'Cryin to focus on their hard rock material, and that he made a deal with Kevn Kinney that he would put out a folk album with his material rather than having those songs on a Drivin'n'Cryin album. So we get this. Once again, this is a cutout. It says limited edition vinyl. Once again, I suspect that was all about contractual obligation and trying to do the minimum to fulfill that. This is a really great record. If you like the more folk rock, I'm not going to say cowpunk because that's not really it, but blues, folk, all that kind of stuff, highly recommend this record. And if you see it in the dollar bin or whatever, check it out. It is available on CD, and as you can see at the top there, it was produced by Peter Buck of REM. So, this has been Eric. This has been my first of these videos. Maybe I'll do some more. I really want to show people records that I have not seen talked about, and let me know what you think. Leave a comment. Thanks.